we all judge people before we get to know them. And I want you to think about this question of who are you as a person? And think about it. And the answer you come up with, would other people agree? People in your life, your family, your friends, your teachers, coworkers, whoever that may be. And if you think they would, then that's great. And if you think they wouldn't, that's okay. And for other people to be able to see you for who you truly are is something very important. And I think that this is something that we need to accept. People will judge you without knowing you. And this goes with everybody. You, watching this, will judge people without knowing them and based off of preconceived notions that you may have or have been told. And for this to be able to, influence our perspective of somebody is very unfair, and it causes a lot of problems in which would not be had. And to counter this, I think that before you think anything of anybody, you should really know them first, whether that be through talking to them or interacting with them in some sort of way. To know how people see you is to know yourself. To some people, other people's opinions are more important than their own about themselves. And I, for one, think that this is a very bad way to interpret yourself, as people will have their judgments and will have their thoughts of you no matter what you do or who you are or how you act. And for this to be your main source of how you view yourself is very unhealthy and unfair to yourself. As if you know that you are a good person with good morals and ethical standards, then for somebody to tell you who you are and what you should be doing better is unfair to judge yourself for something that may not have even ever happened. Some people are wired differently in a variety of ways, with the most common being the way that you think and the way that you perceive experiences. And this is, of course, known to most people that everyone is different, but I think the way that you think about how people are different affects how you are seen throughout your lifetime by other people. And to be able to recognize how other people see you and identify whose opinions you do and do not, for lack of better terms, care about. And to be able to know that you yourself are what you see yourself as is something that I think everybody should be able to do, as to be able to see yourself as who you want to be seen as will likely make other people see you the same way. A lot of people's thoughts about themselves come from other people's thoughts, as if you see yourself and think that you are a funny person, is often associated with other people thinking you are a funny person, whether they tell you you're a funny person, or they laugh at things that you say, or they enjoy spending time around you. I think something that we really need to push for in modern times is not letting other people's opinions of you ruin yourself, as we see time and time again of people's mental health and self-worth being drained by other people's thoughts about them and opinions about them, whether this is said to their face or behind their backs or causes rumors or anything of the sort. This highly affects a person's life, and I think that it should not. I think that how you view yourself and how the loved ones view you is much more important than people who do not know you. And obviously, this is much easier said than it is to be done, as we care what other people think about us, no matter if they are a stranger or anybody. And we let this happen because our image of ourself is ultimately the images of others. As I mentioned earlier, where if people view you as anything, you will likely view yourself as the same thing. Or you will... We also tend to attribute positive traits with ourselves as more than... We tend to attribute positive traits to who we are rather than who the other people are that experience them. This is known as self-serving cognitive bias, and this allows people to, I guess, view themselves in a way that other people may not view them as. So let me explain. If people think that you are funny because funny things happen to you, or you are put in funny situations, or situations that are easy to make light of or a joke out of, they will think you are a funny person, and they will say that to you, but you will perceive that as them saying, you are a funny person because of who you are and what you are as a person. And this takes what we think we are as a person and slightly twists it, as it makes us think that we are better than we are, as people are imperfect and we want to be able to see ourselves as perfect, and to do so we convince ourselves that we are deserving of more credit than we are given, when most times it is simply not true. Do not judge people for what you think they are, and do not think of yourself as what people think of you as. Think of yourself as who you want to be, and strive for that and achieve that. And then you will truly be able to love yourself and accept yourself as a person. With that being said, don't let other people judge you, and simply judge yourself.